Good morning, Hari, and good morning, Uma Maheshwar.
Sure.
Okay. So, were you able to attend the first session of social media?
Yes, I have attended. In that, LinkedIn was not covered for us, LinkedIn marketing
Okay.
and certain topics. So I
Okay.
requested the education guys, so they arranged for this session.
Okay.
That's the thing. So
Okay. So, in this, so typically, LinkedIn is covered in the first module.
okay,
Okay. That's how it is being done. All right.
okay,
Uh, so, okay, I'll just brush you through it. Great. So, Jagdish, you there? So, Jagdish missed the module one session altogether. So I just want to take an opinion. Do you want me to brush through whatever we discussed on previous Sunday session, which is social media part one? Just brush through whatever we discussed so far. Just an opinion poll. So if you think yes, you need to brush through, then I can brush through it and then start off with the second session. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right, Hari, I got your point. Uma Maheshwar, what do you think?
No, even me also. Last time I was not attend this LinkedIn marketing. The
Okay.
LinkedIn. I was not covered with that topic actually. Why? Because I was into some other schedule. I just gone out actually.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Right, then I'll do one thing. Let me just take you through.
You just brief us the LinkedIn which we missed actually last time, and
Mm-hmm.
anyway we are going to these recorded sessions and all.
Yeah.
But you are the first faculty, I think so. Unmute the attendees
Yeah.
session. Yeah, you are the
Okay.
first faculty.
I find it, I kind of find it comfortable to have an interaction, or else
Yes, yes, this is very
we become a
comfortable.
one.
Last time, see, we are all attendees only. The faculties keep on going in with his lecture. That's it.
Yeah. So the problem is, I'll not be able to gauge how far you have understood, or you know,
Yeah,
what is your current interest level. And typically for me, it becomes easy for me to gauge, okay, where are you listening,
yes,
how are
yes,
you listening, and all that stuff.
yes. So you are basically in Mumbai or what? Hyderabad.
I'm in Bangalore.
You are in Bangalore. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm based out of Bangalore.
Last time, in midnight, yesterday midnight only I reached Hyderabad from Bangalore.
Oh, acha, okay.
I have like a couple of meetings there on Saturday and Friday.
Okay. Hey, hi,
Okay.
Rikin. How are you? Oh, Rikin, last time I know you had a lot of issue with audios. I hope I'm audible right now. Just gonna unmute you. Yeah. Okay, Rikin, you can now speak. So you have unmuted yourself. Oh, acha, you don't have mic. Fair enough. No issues. Okay. So Rikin, what I'm doing is I'm just taking you through the entire that we discussed last time. Just want to brush up a little bit. Okay. Just giving a heads up in case I get disconnected or in case you find me disconnected. Don't worry. I'll be connecting back within a while. Okay. So just giving you a heads up. Not that that will happen as such. All right. Right. Got it. Okay. Great. Awesome. So just 1 second. So this is what we have discussed on the last batch. So I'm not gonna go through everything. So I'll just cover with Facebook first. All right. So I mean, these are all basic information about what is social media and all that stuff. Uh, we started with Facebook, history about Facebook, what Facebook all has, how many fan pages you have in Facebook, and we looked at practical exercise of creating a fan page. Okay. Now, last time, and I gave you an official login ID and password. So let me just show this to you live. Okay, last time I was not able to do that. So I'm going to Facebook. Okay. And well, this is my page. All right, my Facebook page. So you can create a fan page. So what do you mean by a fan page? Is basically a page about your company, about an individual, uh, about anything. So on the left hand side, if you see this image called Orange Fox. Well, that's my page, and that's my official page which I have created. Before I go there, I want to show you how to create a fan page. So fan page can create for anyone. So for example, I go to a gym nearby, and there is this instructor. He's a young boy, and he's got this awesome body and looks. So he's created, because he's getting a lot of friends requests. He finally decided, I'm going to create a fan page so that people can follow you. So you don't have to add yourself as a friend. People just keep on following you, and you keep on getting updates saying that Shah Rukh Khan has said that he gets so much of uh, updates and all that stuff. So followers. So it's about keeping on adding your lot of followers so that everyone can what do you call that keep track of what you're doing without adding you as a friend. And when someone adds you as a friend, they get to know more about your personal life assets. So you don't want people to know about your personal life. You just want to keep them informed. You create a fan page, and you create for individual artists, companies, organization, groups, NGOs, anything. All right. So that's how you create a fan page. But to create a fan page, you should have your own personal page. Only after you have a personal page, you can create a fan page. So the mandatory thing is have a Facebook account, which is a personal account. It's not necessary that the personal account has to be active or has to be very vibrant, not necessarily, but you need to have a Facebook account from which you can create a fan page. Okay, so you see on the icon on the top right corner. So I'll go a little bit fast because this video is recorded, and anytime you want to go back, you can go back. Okay, you click on it, and then you see all this option. So first you will see the number of pages you have created. So I have created an Orange Fox, which is my brand. Then I have all the other options that is coming in. Okay, so the first one is basically create page. Okay, so you click on create page, and by the way, in between any doubts you have, please stop me, just ask, don't hesitate. All right, now you have an option. What is the kind of company that you're running? What is the kind of brand you're running? So last time we had a student who asked, she's a blogger, so what do I create? So if you're a blogger, if you're an individual, then you can definitely create please don't mind all this updates that is coming in, I can't help it. Okay, uh, you create an artist and a band, and from here you'll select a category called blogger. As you can see, there are a lot of categories here. There is an art director, artist, athlete. So basically, if you're a gym trainer or a gym instructor, you can either select a athlete, okay, or you can see a teacher. But then teacher is basically more on the education side. Okay, if you're a designer like graphic designer, desk designer, then you can select that. You're a journalist, so you can create. So for example, let's say Barka, she want to create her own fan page. She can select journalist. But on the other hand, if it's an NDTV, then they can create. Then they can select organization and constitution. Okay. Yeah, Rikin. So Rikin, I'll have to confess one thing. Whenever you ask a question, sometimes it just misses out of my mind because the question does not pop up. So please don't mind answer your question immediately, but I'll definitely look at it. Gifting and boxes, but the category is home decor. I want to change category. Okay, you already have a category. You want to change it now, later, right? Great. So we'll discuss about that. And there's nothing wrong in, okay, gifting and boxes does not come in home decor, right? It's a total different segment altogether. We'll discuss about that. You can do that in your settings. It's very easy. But this is about creating a fan page. If you're a brand or a product, for example, if you have created a brand like Maruti, or if you want to create, so basically Maruti will be a company, right? So Swift will be a brand. Are you getting the point? BMW will be a company. The 7 Series of BMW will become a brand. So brand will be different. No, sorry. BMW will be a brand. Volkswagen is a company. So Volkswagen owns BMW, Skoda, Lamborghini, and all that stuff, right? So many companies have got many brands. I'll give you a very classic Indian example called BSA Champ. I'm sure in your young days that was your go-to cycle. That was one of my first cycle. So BSA Champ will become a brand because BSA Champ is not a company. It is owned by a Murugappan group of companies, I hear. Okay, I don't remember it exactly. And if you want to have an NGO, then it's a cause or a community. Okay, So you type a cost on a communique and then you get started. All right. Hey, okay, Srilata, hi. Morning. No, you've not missed much. I just we just going through whatever we discussed last time. So hold on, I'll just unmute yourself. Sometimes I just don't know when participants attend and all that stuff. Okay, I have unmuted yourself. Hey, hi, Srilata. Hi, morning. No, you're not missed much. You're not missed much. We're just going through the entire stuff once again. I hope this time my audio is super duper. Last time I was using dongle, so it had a lot of issues. This time I have Wi-Fi connected.
It's super. Super.
Okay, great. So coming back, so I mean, you can. So if you're running a bakery, so last time I think Uma Maheshwar, you had this question about a bakery thing. Then you can select a local business. A local business is something that's very geographically constrained. So here is a question. Let's say you're running a business. You're running a business of website design and development. Will that become a local business or will that become a company or an organization? Anyone can answer. Either you can answer in the question box or you can answer by speaking out. I'll repeat the question.
Local business only, bakery kind of things and all.
Okay. So, but you're into website design and development.
No, if the bakery wala doesn't have a website, means what do you have to do?
No, bakery is fine. Bakery is local business. Okay. I'm asking a situation where you have a okay, Harry, got your answer. Well, I'm asking about
it depends upon the size of the company. If it is a quite bigger company, you can go for a company, organization, institution. Or if you're actually a local player working only in one city, it could be a local business or something.
Absolutely. So that is one answer depending on the size of the company. The other thing is you also have to look at the reach of the company. Let's say, for example, WhatsApp. WhatsApp has got just 50 employees. So it can't put itself as a local business because it's a massive $1 trillion organization, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at generally services as such, which not necessarily be physically be present in one location. So let's say I'm a digital marketer. So I can be a company or an organization. I don't need to be a local business. Okay. Let's say another example is a Maruti service center. Maruti service center is clearly a local business because it has to be physically be there. No one can from any other location come to that service center unless until you're physically present there. So you look at the physical serviceability of the business, and then you choose whether it's a local business or a company or a brand. Okay. Now the question of what you should create, company or brand. Now to give you that answer, let me give you a simple example. The name registered in your business, that will become a company or organization. For example, let's say my company that's called Orange Fox. I have a website called orangefox.in. So Orange Fox will become a company or organization. But tomorrow, let's say I am starting a new venture under a different brand. Let's say, for example, let's say Slow Pigeon. I have not registered it, but Slow Pigeon will become a brand for one particular set of training programs. Let's say digital marketing training, I'll brand it as Slow Pigeon. So then that will become a brand. So you can create a page for your company, you can create a page for your brand as such. So it depends completely on what is that you want to make. Some people will have company and brand as the same. Oh God, the most beautiful of all example I forgot. Apple. I'm not saying the eating Apple, the laptop Apple. So Apple is a company and a company, but iPhone is a brand. Apple is a company, MacBook Pro is a brand, MacBook Air is a brand. So these are all laptops of iPhone. iPod is a brand. So iPhone, iPod, MacBook, they're all not registered company. They are brands of a particular company. Yeah. So another example would be Maruti. So then you have Swift, you have Desire, then you have Baleno. So these are all brands. So you can create multiple pages for each brand, but then multiple pages you're creating for each brand, then you'll have to manage each of them. There is another website called Faking News, which is basically a news satirical website. It sometimes creates such funny satirical news, but then it is working on the same name and the same brand. So Faking News itself is a brand. I don't know if it is running as an organization as Faking News, but I'm sure Faking News is a brand. They will not
It is
register the
part of
company as.
first post.
It's part of First Post. Thank you. So First Post becomes your company or organization. Got it. So thank you for the info. So I'm just taking you through it so that you know what to choose. And like for example, Rikin just asked, what about I already created one? How do I change it? That you can change it later. So I'll just take you through, and each of these has got different options. Okay. So once you say next or go get started, then the kind of options that you will have to fill will be different. So let me just start off, let's say a company or organization. I'll just go with this. I'm saying get started. So you can tell about yourself. You add a profile picture. Okay. Now, what is this called? Add to favorites. Add to favorites is nothing. Um, Whenever I open my Facebook page, I can see it here. You see this? This is the favorites button. So add to favorites means it will come here. So it becomes very easy. This is very funny because nowadays no one, 80% of population don't even use desktop Facebook. So the add to favorite option is not kind of crazy because I can still access my page from here. Even though I have added it to favorites, I typically access it from here. So both of them are the same. This one is same, this one is same. There's no difference. Okay. So again, I'll just go back. So that's what add to favorite is all about. But if you're using a Facebook, if you're using since you're using an Android phone, you can download an app called Page Manager. This is an app. Okay, you can download the app in your Android phone, and you should log in with your original Facebook account from which your page has been created. I'll just repeat. Let's say, for example, you have a Facebook page with your email ID and login, and in the same login, you should create a page. And then when you install the app, you should log in through your original Facebook login. So this becomes a confusion only if you have multiple login IDs on the original Facebook page. But if you have only one login ID, like say for example me, I just have just one login Facebook. It's a universal for everything. So it becomes very easy for me. But if you have, let's say, multiple login, one login for yourself, one login for your company, then when you're installing this, you create a Facebook page on your company login. And then when you install this, then you add. So this is very easy because you can manage your company page directly through this. Okay, you can install and you can update. So Facebook page is nothing, just very similar to the like of your personal account. The only difference is you can see a lot of data here. So it will be directly interacting with your Facebook page. So I recommend you do that if you have if you're managing the page, because it becomes very easy. You don't have to come to your desktop. And by the way, Facebook was never intended for mobile. Facebook was always intended for desktop, and so was Twitter. Both of them were never intended for mobile. In fact, people predicted the doom of Facebook, saying that the moment Facebook goes to mobile, it'll vanish off Earth. Well, bad luck. And then you can finally set the preferred audience age. And this is just to give Facebook. So don't break your head too much into it. This is just a information you are giving into Facebook, saying that listen, Facebook, these are the kind of audience that I am targeting. So then the advantage is that Facebook will keep on informing these audience, saying that listen, there is a page like this. Okay, it is always beneficial if you go a little bit specific. Don't go global, because if you go global, you'll get a lot of unwanted likes on your page, which may not be even relevant. So if you're a local business, then I recommend you strictly go local, even though you might be tempted to go for a large audience. So never be tempted for a large audience. Always ensure that you go for the uh, the current the specific niche audience. For example, Sridhar, you're a blogger, you can slightly specify your audience a little bit more large, but then ensure that what is the age group that is watching your audience. And Nikin, you said you are into that gift box thing, right? So again, Rikin, the question is, since you're doing that gift box, you'll have to, the question you have to ask yourself is, what are the geography that you're covering? Are you covering all India, or are you covering specific cities? Then if you're covering specific cities, mention those cities. You can later edit all these sessions, all these things, but then you can mention that and you can say the age group. So the tendency, typical tendency is for us to cover everything, but my recommendation is don't be a little bit specific, and don't be too specific, but a little bit narrow it down so that Facebook is clear what is the kind of audience that you're targeting. So that's about creating a Facebook page. And this is my Facebook page. I'm just started it very recently. Okay, so if I go to my about, so in my about, this is where I can do all the necessary changements. Okay, so I'll just take you through a little bit. What is my category? It's a website. I can edit it. Okay, name, it's clear. Topics, what is about my company. The problem, again, here you have to be a little bit specific. For example, I've written training, but the issue is gym training is also considered as a part of training. Corporate trainer. So I'll have to be a little bit specific. So don't again, this is an issue with the business segment. Some of the business segment you are in, it's so clear that you don't have to do anything about it. But certain business segments are a little bit vague, right? So then this is your brand. This is your brand. So anyone wants to come to your page, you just give this as your URL. You enter your details, a very short description. Now people have this confusion. What is this impression? This is basically for countries which has got a legal thing called impression. I think France is a company that has got this concept. So in short, you don't need to use this unless and until you are targeting an audience in France. But then till that point of time, you don't need to use this. This is about what is a company, and this is a long list. So this is these are fields that you should compulsorily fill up, right? So you have to come to the about page, okay, and then you'll have to fill up all these details, because it's very, very important that you fill up, or else what's going to happen is Facebook will not have an idea what you're into. So if you've created a Facebook page, ensure that you do it. So for example, if you're a blogger, ensure what do you blog about, and then give a long description of what is your blogging all about. Make it clear to Facebook that this is the business that you are in, so that there's no confusion. What are the kind of areas that you deal with, then all the other information as such. Okay, and then so this you can remove from favorites, because you remember I have added it to the favorites. Well, I'm not too bothered about it, because I don't even come to desktop to even check this out. All right, a couple of things you can do is this is a notification tab. You'll get to know how many people are liking it, commenting it, and all that stuff. All right, this will give you a little bit of statistics. So when you're managing, if you have an app, this is very easy to access. Okay, these are very, very cool to access. So you'll get an overall idea how many likes, what is the reach of your post. By the way, my page is not very active. That's why you see all. You don't see any details as such, but you get all the information. So this insights is basically like an analytics tool to give you an understanding of how your Facebook page is actually doing over the period of few days or few months as such. Plus you have other publishing tools as such in here if you want to post a video, all that stuff. Okay, if you want to schedule a post, That is, you have written a blog and you want to schedule it. Okay, right? So if you're a blogger, I have got a very beautiful tip for you. Okay, uh, what you need is you need to have a login created in Buffer. Okay, you can note this down. It's called buffer.com. Now the beauty of Buffer is this. Um, Come on, I am obviously not a robot. Okay, so typically, let's say you write about articles, and this is basically useful for those who are sharing a lot of content on your website. Let's say, for example, someone like Uma Maheshwar, you have a bakery, and this guy is sending a lot of cakes and recipes, and he's asking you to update every day. Now think about this, Uma. You will have to sit and update every day. So every day you'll have to log in. You have to send one update, one update. No, it sounds easy, but then it becomes a little irritating after a while because every day you're doing the same thing. Okay. Now, if you miss one day, then that becomes problem, and you will not be able to track which day you sent, which day you did not send. So it becomes very difficult for you to physically and manually do it on an everyday basis. That's exactly where Buffer comes in. So what Buffer does is you create an account, okay, and you schedule your post. You create an account. So free Buffer, you can create, I think, 3 or 4 profiles free. And what you tell Buffer is, listen, buddy, in this case, this is my LinkedIn profile, and I'm telling Buffer, I'm saying that, listen, I want you to post one article every day to LinkedIn and on Monday to Sunday. So let's say if I deselect Monday, Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday, now what I'm selecting is from Monday to Friday, you can post one article. Now what will I do is, I will upload all my articles to Buffer. I will not directly upload to LinkedIn. I will upload, so let's say I have 50 articles. I will upload all 50 articles to Buffer. Now what Buffer will do is, Buffer will post each article on the time and date I specify. So if you look at this, on every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 5:04 p.m. exactly, Buffer will post one article on my LinkedIn page. So the beauty is, you will think as if I posted on LinkedIn page. But yes, I have not posted directly, but what I've done is I have uploaded every content to Buffer. So it becomes very easy. Now I'll show you a live demo here. This is my own website. So let's say I have not let's say, so I've written a lot of blogs in my website. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to upload one particular blog. I'm not going to do it for everything. It becomes confusing sometimes. So typically what I do is I upload at least 10 blogs. So I'm selecting one blog, simple things to do to be calm during a presentation. And I've already have a Chrome extension. Okay, you can install the Chrome extension, and I'm saying buffer it up. Okay, so I'm asking buffer and I'm saying yes, add to queue. You can play it without, you can play, I'm just showing this. Okay, I can edit whatever I'm going to edit here. Now, if I come back to buffer, now you can see that I already have one content that is in line, in queue. There is one content in queue. So these are in queue now. It will get posted as per the schedule. It will get posted as per the schedule. So the beauty is, I don't have to sit and update article on an everyday basis to Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, or n number of other social site profiles. I don't have to do that. I just upload all my content to Buffer, and I instruct Buffer, buddy, do one thing, post an article on an everyday basis or every alternate day basis or on a Monday or whatever be the day of my choice. I can choose the days I want. Okay, so to know more about this, what I recommend is, go to this website, go to YouTube, do a little bit of research to understand a little bit more. So why this becomes very powerful is because you don't have to manually enter the details all the time or every time to Facebook. So it's very, very easy option. Okay. Now here, Facebook also has given an option saying that you can schedule posts. So what Facebook is telling you is, listen, instead of going to Buffer, why don't you come to Facebook and why don't you schedule all your posts? So you can create all the posts and schedule, and you can schedule the date and time you want to publish it. Okay. But again, that is through Facebook. I don't like to use the schedule post through Facebook because every time I have to come to Facebook to do it. Whereas with Buffer, it's so easy. It's very, very user friendly. So this is in short about your Facebook page as such. Any questions? If you have quickly,
That
you can raise it up.
the posts ought to be something which we are doing on a daily basis, or it can be a previous post as well.
So I mean, Srila, in your case, you have post that is as long as an year old, right? So
Yeah,
you can,
wasn't there?
yeah, so you can upload all those. So there's no restriction there. See, this is a machine. This machine will do whatever you say. So if you give a 10-year-old post, the machine will execute it. It does not know that it is a 10-year-old post. But
Okay.
then you should post articles, do you think, which is relevant for today? If you think the articles are relevant for today, why not share it out?
Ah, great. I'll try that for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. How to run a contest in okay. Well, there is a website called Tab Foundry. Plus, there are hundreds of other websites. Okay. So you will have to create a login ID and password for this Tab Foundry, and through that you can run a contest. The answer is there are two ways you can do it. Either you can pay Tab Foundry to do something, or you can run a contest and then you can promote the contest. Let's say you're not promoting the contest. Let's say you're not promoting the contest as such. Then the issue is that only those kind of people who have already liked your page will be able to see your contest. All right. Now, typically, you see a lot of Dub Smash was kind of a craze I mean, maybe a year and a half back. So a lot of people create a lot of Dub Smash contests. So there are two ways. If you're an existing brand, then you don't need to pay Facebook to do it. You just post it on your page because you have so many likes that people will automatically create a viral thing about it. Okay. But on the other hand, if you're a new company, then you create a contest through this Tab Foundry. Okay. You have this option called create new. What is that contest that you want to create? So you can have winner quiz contest, photo contest, all this stuff, and you can schedule as per as you want. This is a free service with Tab Foundry. However, as you all know, with every free service, if you want to add more features, you got to pay them to maintain and run the contest. So if you want to create a photo contest, create this, and then I mean, there are a lot of options, and then you can copy paste this link. Okay. So you have an option to create a contest through this method called Tab Foundry. But if you want that contest to be popular and if you want people to know about it, then you have to promote that particular contest in Facebook. So now the question is, how do you promote a contest? Well, you come to the page. You see, you have this page. So let's say this is a contest I have launched. I can say boost post. So which means I will be promoting only this particular contest. I'll come here and I'll say boost post. Plus now I'll have to follow all the instruction that the system is saying. So if I want desktop and mobile, so then I'll say default audience. I'll say edit audience. So here I can edit the audience. What is the kind of audience I want to select? Then edit audience, see ads manager. So I'm editing my audience. So I'm saying this is the audience that I want to target. Okay. All right. So I'll have to create an ad. So I'll come back to this, and I don't want to confuse it again. So the answer is you create this and then you set the budget. What is the budget that you want? What is the duration of the contest? No, what is the duration of this ad that you want to promote? Okay, so just to clear this with you, to Rikin, when you're saying boosting post, according to Facebook, they are boosting a post. It doesn't matter whether it has to be a contest or a photo or a status. That don't care. It's a machine. So that machine will boost the post. So you can boost an individual post. So that post may be a contest, or that post may be an event, or that post may be about a particular what do you call that, product or service as such. Now that is one method that you can boost your post. Second, you can also promote your page itself. So it's like you're promoting your entire Facebook page and you're paying Facebook to have or get more likes. So there are two methods that you can use. Either you can boost a particular post, and that particular post can be a contest, can be a product or service, can be an event, whatever it may be, or you can boost your entire page itself so that you can get more likes. All right. Any questions in this, Rikin? Or not just Rikin, but anyone else? No, clear. All right, great. Thank you. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, so please apologize if it is not. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Great. So, oh, Rikin Shah, right? Eid Mubarak. Belated Eid wishes to you. Now, one second. What did we say? Oh, you, Rikin Shah Jain. Oh, wow. Man, this is a new information for me. Okay, got it. You get to learn all this like this. So totally opposite side. All right. Great. So coming back. Now this is about promoting your page and promoting your post. However, you can also create an ad for your website or any other thing. So that you will come here. Again, the same process. Come to your Facebook page. You click on the top right corner, click on it, and you say create ad. That's a default method that you do it. This is the same thing I did a little 2 steps back, that when I said I'll come back and all that stuff. Okay. Now I have the option. I can choose any one of this. I'll just quickly brush you through this. Boost your post. I just discussed that right now. I can boost my one particular post. That post can be about a contest. It can be about a product. It can be about a service. It can be about an event. Again, I discussed this. I can promote your page. Now this is very important. This is what most people do. Send people to your website. So I have a website. Let's say, for example, Flipkart or Jabong or e-commerce website, or any other services that you want direct people to come to their website. So there you can use this option. This is so here you'll get a lot of traffic to your website. Here you can measure how many people coming to your website from Facebook actually buy your product. So in this scenario, the difference between these two is both of them are the same. The only difference in the second step is you will get a code from Facebook which you can install in your website to track they came to your website and they took some action. When I mean an action, I'll give you an example. Let's say Flipkart is running an ad, okay? And they're running an ad in Facebook, and they're running an ad about, let's say, for example, this particular watch is Titan and 20% off. And Flipkart has directed you to this page, okay? Let me be more specific. Where do I go? Let's say Flipkart has directed you to this particular page. Now, in this method, that is the second method. So this is the first method. First method, all of them will direct you to the Flipkart page. So Flipkart knows that a lot of people have come from Facebook. That's it. But in this method, Flipkart will go one step ahead, saying that, okay, people have come to this website and they took an action. The action may be clicking this, or action may be clicking this image. So that Flipkart will define, that you can define what is that action. Does that action mean buy now? Does that action mean click on submit? Does that action mean click on next? So there will be a button which will be basically an action related button, so that you as a business owner will define. So here what happens is, that's what increase conversion to your website. Okay, so that's what it says. So you can be able to track not only how many people came from Facebook to your particular page, but from that particular page how many people took a certain action. Okay, any questions on this? You can quickly ask. Okay, now get installs on your app. Now this is brilliant. What happens is, just one second. Collect leads, how does it help? Okay, now collect leads, how does it help is, I'll give you example. Let's say Dr. Batra or hairline. So you nowadays you see a lot of Facebook posts using hairline. So what they do, they collect leads, because what is that they want? They collect leads and then they call you, right? So now in Facebook you have an option saying that whenever they click on your ad, it will directly lead you to fill in their form. So instead of when you click the ad, instead of taking you to a website, they'll directly enable you to click a form. You enter your name, email ID, mobile number. Email ID, name, and automatically default captured. Mobile number is also captured, and you click on submit. So your name and number will go to Dr. Batra's telecalling center, and they will call you up. So people who have a good telecalling setup, or people who want more number, for example, let's say digital marketing course, they will run an ad on digital marketing. When you click on that ad, you will have to enter your username and password, username and mobile number. So then the digital marketing company will get your name and number, and they can directly get in touch with you and convert for business. That's what leads will help you out. Install of your app. So people see an ad, and instead of clicking onto your website, they directly click on install app. So when you click on install app, it directly takes you to Google Play Store and all that stuff. Plus a lot of other stuff, and this is also this is what we just told right now, collecting leads for your business. So here they see an ad. When they click on that ad, automatically there will be a page where Facebook has already filled in your name, email ID, and mobile number, and only you have to do submit. Once you do submit, your name and number will go to the desired business, and it depends on the business whether they want to contact you or not, right? So increase brand awareness. So that is basically about brand building and all that. So someone like you and me will not do it much right now, unless and until we don't have an established brand name. Typically people will start to collect your leads for business. So let's say if companies like Dr. Batra's hairline, all to do with skin, cosmetic, fat loss, everything. Gyms will do a lot of collect leads for your business. That's what they want. Training organization that's running training courses, basically B2C, like digital marketing, soft skills, cat, mat, bat. I don't know if there is something called bat. Then IIT, GEE, all that stuff. So they will do this collect lead for your business. In that scenario, what they will do is they will target audience. Now this is the best part. Let's say I am running a training institute for engineering students to crack, not engineering students, to +1, +2 students, so that they can crack IIT or similarly. But +1, +2 students means they are in the age group of 15 to 17. So most 15 to 17-year-olds now have a Facebook page. So if I'm a smart businessman, I know that is my target audience, but think about it. They are not the decision makers. I will run ads to people who are between 45 and 50, because those are the parents of 17-year-olds. And those are the ones who will give me money. And it's their name and number that I need, not the student's name and number. So as a businessman, I would decide either I can go for both, target both the ads, collect leads from both the end, or I will target only those who are basically a parent of the age group of typically 15 to 17-year-old, so that they click the ad, I get their name and number, and I can call them up. And because ultimately it's a parents who makes the decision, at least in Asian countries. So that's one method of collecting your leads for your business. There's a lot of stuff that goes around here. So you click on send people to your website, whatever your format, and then it automatically campaign name, website clicks. Now I can select the audience, I can select the range, I can select what kind of people that I want. Okay. Do I want to promote in all these places, or I can select? So desktop newsfeed. So typically what happens is desktop, I will omit personally because I don't see a lot of people using desktop right now. Uh, Audience network means a lot of people apart from related to Facebook, that Facebook has tie up with and all that stuff. Uh, I will use only connected to Wi-Fi. The reason why I use this is especially for gaming companies. So gaming companies, if you click on, so typically in Indian situation, you have only 2G is still the predominant method of internet. So whenever you click on the ad, even though it will take to my website, the problem is it will take a lot of load time. So I will say only on mobile websites who has got connection to Wi-Fi, so that whenever they click on the ad, only those who are getting Wi-Fi connection will be able to view my website, because my website will automatically take a lot of load time. So load time means the speed at which a website opens up. In order to know the speed of your website, there is a tool. There's a tool called Pingdom Speed Test. This is a legendary tool that has been there since ages. Okay, since I'm just checking all of you are still there. Okay. Oh, Dolly, you
Yeah.
joined. Dolly, I'm absolutely sorry. I didn't know that you joined. So I've unmuted you. Okay. So there is a tool called Pingdom. So you click on that Pingdom tool. Now this is a tool that will help you analyze the speed of your website. So so I'll say test my website. Okay, I'll say start text. So this just gives me an understanding what is the average load time of my website. Okay, so this is very important, because if your website is not loading fast, then that means there is a then the problem is whenever you're spending an ad. So for example, wow, my load time is 1.46 seconds, which is fantabulous. Okay, which is more than 82% of the most of the website. Okay, and the page size is also very minimal. It just gives me an understanding. So why this is important is so that whenever I'm running an ad in Facebook, I also get to know that find my website page, or else people will click my ad and they will wait for my website to log in, but then at the end of the day there's no purpose, because it takes a lot of time for my page to load up. Okay, but load time is very important, and especially in the website business. So Flipkart, Jabong, Snapdeal, they will spend huge amounts of money to ensure that the load time is very less. Okay, just think about it. Flipkart, you look at this particular web page, how many images they have? They have around 1, 2, 3, they're around 60 to 70 images. And when you have 60 to 70 image, the amount of load time for each image will be very high. So they will have to do a lot of compression and lot of stuff to ensure that when you just log into this page loads up very fast. Let me just test it. I'm just trying to test what is the load time of that particular page. So see the load time of this Flipkart page. So it's 4.44 seconds, just slightly higher because 2 seconds is the average. But think about the size. Look at this. It's such low on size. If you're wondering how come so many images have such less size, they're investing a hell lot of money on technology. So technology investment is very, very huge. Sometimes that's when I laugh, when people come to me and say that, Srikanth, I want to build a website, and I want a full-blown e-commerce website, and I ask them what is the budget. They'll say 35,000. The only thing that comes into my mind is throwing them out of the building, because you want to build an e-commerce website, the minimum budget should be 4 to 5 lakhs, because your website is everything. It's like I'm saying I want to build a fashion store or a clothing store in the vicinity of your city, and my budget is 35,000. You know the kind of capital you require to build a store. So the website is everything, and if you're promoting through website, then the budget on the website should be very, very high, and you should be a quality developer. All right. So coming back to my audience, I select the audience, I do all that, and I say continue. I can set my budget. So this is again, I'm going fast because this video is recorded, so you can go and check it anytime when you want. So what do you mean by this ad set name? Is like you're giving a name for your ad. It's like a folder name that you're giving in your computer, so that you're running hundreds of ads, and tomorrow after 3 months you want to go back and say, oh God, in January 15th, which ad did I run? So you can mention the ad name so that you can have an idea of the kind of ad that you're running. This is very, very important, especially for those who are managing a lot of Facebook pages, constantly having high budgets, running a lot of ads regularly on Facebook, especially people who are in the world of digital marketing. But just people like you and me who does one ad once in a while, this may not become a very big deal, but still it's always better to give your ad individual name, so that 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line, when you want to come back and look at which ad that you run, so that you can get an idea from just by looking at the ad name. So ad name is like a folder which gives you a brief idea of what this particular ad is all about. All right. So that's about Facebook ads. I just brushed through it so that because last time I was not able to show this demo, and plus a few people just came in, they're also not able to clearly about it. Okay, Harikrishna asked, is it similar to ad group in Google Ads? No. So ad group in Google Ads is a different concept altogether. What ad group does is you're putting a lot of similar keywords in one group. Okay. So that is what. So here I'm not doing anything. Here I'm naming the campaign. So I'm naming the campaign. So it is like campaign name. So that tomorrow I can know that what does this campaign mean. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is just a name that I'm giving here. So this is just the name that I'm giving. It gives me and enables me an understanding, saying that after many days I know this is the kind of ad that is being running around, right? So I just brushed you through the entire Facebook. The good thing is this video is recorded, so you can just go back anytime to look at it. I'll just again give you a very phrase outbook. So come to facebook.com with your login ID. You can create a page by clicking on create a page. All right. Once you create a page, you have all these options. To go to your existing page, you just have to click on the existing page, and you can boost this page. You can promote your page on your left hand pad. There is a tab. You can promote your website directly from here itself, and you can boost an individual post. Okay, or you have an option to do all that from here itself. So this is the same thing. So what you see here, yeah, so this is the same. So boost post, this is the same thing, boost post. Promote your page, this is the same thing, promote page. Send people to your website, promote website. These are the three same things. So the only difference is from here it becomes a little bit more easier for you to just directly come and do it. So these three things remains the same, rest all becomes a little different here. Okay, and then you do it once you select everything, then the following thing goes up, and then you can start setting your audience. So this is a beautiful thing, current lead for your business. This will not work, especially for if you're doing for, let's say, if you're a blogger or if you're promoting a particular bakery related stuff. This will not work, because lead generation is when you want leads so that you can call them up and convert them. Okay. I don't know who. I think Dolly, you were there. You were basically into B2B marketing. If you remember last time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So lead generation might work you for there.
Lead generation.
Yeah, but then it's again paid, right?
Paid. Okay.
Okay. I'm running advertising and branding firm. Oh, lovely. So advertising and branding firm. Well, you need clients, right? So the clients are there in Facebook. So I'll just show you. So both for any kind of segment. So This will not make sense for Srilata, because you're a blogger and lead generation doesn't make sense to you unless and until you want to sell them something. Okay, another very tricky way where you want to do lead generation if you're into Amway. You want to get names and numbers of people. Well, that's lead generation about it. Yeah. So I'm running advertising and branding because you need clients, right? And you need to know clients, and you need clients who can do that. So what is your typical age group of your clients? Will be 45 plus. So you can target them. So I'm saying I want to collect the. So first I'll have to create a Facebook page for that. Okay. And this is where everything comes into play. My age group has to be perfect. My location has to be perfect. So in Dolly, in your case, you'll have to be sure because you're targeting only decision makers. So if Dolly, if I were you, I will definitely not go for 35 or all. Now the problem is today CEOs are 33, 34-year-old. I really don't know what is the age group. But to be on a safer side, I will still go for a much larger age group, which is 45 plus. And especially branding and advertising firm, Rikin, that you have just mentioned, right? So a branding and advertising firm. So you'll have to think the brands, the companies that you are targeting, the decision makers, what is their age group? Don't just go by, you just saw one guy who's young and who's running a successful branding firm. Don't generalize, go for an average. So if you think 40 plus is your age group, then that is great. And definitely it's not going to be 65 because I don't see a lot of people who are there at 65 doing it. I want to keep my target audience to a narrow audience. I will say 45 to 55. Again, this is my choice, not necessarily that both for you, Dolly and Rikin, this has to be your gauge. My idea is that you have to ensure that it's a right target audience and gender. This becomes extremely important because you have to know in decision making. I mean, you have to become a little bit more sexist here. I'm sorry, but then that is a scenario because if you think more men are decision makers, then you can be gender specific here. Select the language. You can have a detailed targeting. Okay, if you want to target a little bit more audience. So again, by now I can get this idea. This is the reach. Now I'm targeting all India. Now here also I can become a little bit more stingy. I can say don't go for India. I'm saying let's say Bangalore. I'm saying let's say I'm targeting only metros here because my product is useful only for metro related companies. I'm just giving you a hypothetical situation. So now if I look at it, my audience reach is this. So which means people who are in the age group of 45 to 55, that is based out of Bangalore, Delhi and Mumbai, their age group is, their target audience is roughly around 1, 10, 100,000, like 13 lakh people, right? And estimatedly it will reach to around this much number of people per day. And again, budget. Now I'm going a little bit more targeting. I say 45 to 55 is great, but I don't need everyone people between 45 to 55. I can say people who are interested in, let's say, if I'm spelling sports related brand advertising, I would say advertising. So the moment I say advertising, again, if you see, it's only 32,000 people, right? Now you might find a little bit cheated here saying that, oh, I'm targeting only 32,000 people. But remember, the beauty is you're targeting 32,000 target audience, right? So to reach this 32,000 through TV and newspaper, you'll have to spend crores. Here you're not doing it. So you're directly reaching people who have expressed open interest in advertising and who are in the age group of 45 to 55. I can broaden it a little bit more. I can go to marketing, small business. So I keep on adding people here based on interest. Okay. And then I can select the kind of devices that I want to select, set my budget. So that if I change my budget, so $20 becomes and 1,200 rupees per day. If I say that is not my budget, I can go to $10 US. So the moment I change it, my daily reach also changes. So if I change to 30, oh, I'm sorry, it's not changing here, but it will typically change here. So I'll just, let's say I'm putting my, or if I'm having trying a time but very tight budget, yeah, it's changing. See this? So I'm saying $5. $5 is roughly around 300 rupees per day. And I'm saying, so typically to you, Dolly and Ricken, just if you're doing this for the first time, then I highly recommend go for a very start day to end day. Okay, be very specific. Maybe run for a week just to see what is the kind of leads that you're getting it. Correct? And so that it become very clear for you, right? Plus, I mean, leave all this. You don't want to go too much deep into it, and then you want to set a name. So I will say I will name a campaign name. So I'm saying targeting 45 to 55-year-olds for advertising leads. Whatever be the name that I choose, so that this is that tomorrow I can come back and I understand, okay, this is the ad that I ran. This is for my understanding. This is not for Facebook. This is for my own personal purpose. Okay, and then I click on continue. Right now I can't click on continue because I'll have to set give money to Facebook. That's the thing right now. I have to add credit card details and all that stuff. All right. You can go a little bit more specific. You can say I don't want ads to run 24/7. I can run ads at a specific. So you can go a little bit specific. It's like run ads from this day to this day, this time to this time. So again, this day to this day, this time to this time. So it becomes very specific, and this is the amount of money you'll be specifying altogether. So this is because 1 month. So I'm not saying yaar mere paas utna budget nahi hai. So I'm saying run it only for 10 days. So now $50. So $50 into $10 is 600. Let's say $10 is 600 into 5 is roughly around 3,000 rupees. You'll be spending 3,000 rupees for 10 days to get leads. So you'll get an amount of leads between 45 to 55-year-old people who are right now into advertising. I can add other segments also. Branding. Is branding there? Livestock branding? No. I mean, I'll select what I want to select, right? Add. I'll just go and type a few stuff. Ad agency, interest 190. So ad agency. So these are. So you see, this advertising is an industry. Ad agency means they are employers. So 45 to 55-year-old people who are working as employers in an ad agency firm. That's what this means. This is basically work related. So you can play around with a little bit, see who your target audience is, and then send it. On the other hand, let me give you this. If let's say I am a Dr. Batra or hairline, and I'm into hair loss specialist, then, and if I have locations all across India, I will not select all India, because I will select only locations where I have physical presence. Then I will select all those. I will specify age group. So I will look at what is the kind of age group of people who will have more hair loss. So nowadays even 20-year-old guys have, but then on a general note, I will say 30 to 55. My question is, will 55-year-olds come and do hair transplantation? If my data says yes, then I will select up to 55. If data says no, then I'll typically select up to 45. Typically hair transplantation, I don't know, but my gut feeling is it should be between 30 to 40. ये 40 के बाद किसको impress करना है, I don't know. So, but maybe on that age I might change, but as of now, so again, it depends on your data. I don't go by general generic assumption. Just because I am putting it here, don't go by assumption. So select your age group. I can select men first, then I can select women, because women will have a different age group, all that stuff. Or I can be very specific. I'll remove all this. I'll remove Delhi and Mumbai. I will create an ad campaign only for Bangalore. First, I'll create ad, and in Bangalore, I will select locations in Bangalore. And then I will be very, very specific. So a lot of permutation and combination possible. Even though this is just one simple page, it takes only 5 minutes to fill. But trust me, it will take hours to think, what should I fill it? What should I need to fill it up? So this is basically about leads that we have been discussing, leads related management campaign. This is called lead generation. Okay. I hope this is, you have a fair understanding of what Facebook campaign is all about. See, in a tutorial video, it just takes 1.5 hours to cover this up. But people spend days and hours, not just one person, multiple amount of people just spend it deciding कि क्या करना है मुझे, and then budget. So it's that important stuff. Yeah, sure, Rikin, just try it out and let me know. But again, my advice is, Rikin, when you're doing it for the first time, keep your budget a little bit low and keep it so that, see, basically when you're doing it for the first time, you're doing it on a trial and error basis just to help you understand how this works. If it flops, don't just conclude anything. All right, don't just think that this doesn't work. There might be 101 reasons. Maybe the timing did not work, maybe the number of days that you had did not work, maybe the ad campaign itself was not right time, maybe it was monsoon time or people were not interested in looking at this. All right, so basically if you look at it, especially in March financial year end, I will not do a campaign if I'm a travel and tour operator, because that is a time parents are busy behind the kids exams, they are all behind their month end. So depends on date, time, and a lot of stuff. So just because one ad flopped, don't conclude. Okay, don't be disheartened. Yeah, lovely, I love this word, A/B testing. So you try it out, you try one method, doesn't work, try the other method. All right, so that's about Facebook as such. Let's quickly go through LinkedIn. Any questions in the meantime, you can shout it out, and in the meantime let me just open up LinkedIn. Yes, so this is LinkedIn. The main challenge with LinkedIn is, if you have to create a company page in LinkedIn, you need to have an official email ID. So again, the same process of Facebook. Now I'll just take you through. Sorry. Yeah. So create on companies, and I create. So here I click on create a company page. Okay. So I create a company page. Now here I need to have the company name. So so you'll have to verify, and then you have to say continue as such. Okay. All right. So right now, then they will send in confirmation. Only when you confirm, that's when you can create a company page as such. So I've already have created a company page. So come to interest, come to companies. I already have a company page. Okay, and this is what the company page is all about. Very similar to a Facebook page, but this is predominantly B2B segment as such. Okay, home analytics. If your organization is unless and until into a multi-billion big dollar company, doesn't make sense to actually have a Facebook page, LinkedIn page as of now. You can start it, but don't want to spend too much time on it. The Accentures, the IBMs, the Googles, and the Facebook, they all have LinkedIn page because it makes sense to have them. The Infosys, the Wipros, and all that stuff. Okay, so these are the company page. You can all the updates. So I mean, I've not used it since this for ages. Okay. Now, yes, now comes the LinkedIn ads. All right. To come to LinkedIn ads, it's quite simple. Type ads LinkedIn. Then you will get to your page where you can advertise. All right. Hold on. So I have one question. Well, that's exactly what I am going to do right now, Rikin. So, Rikin, can you just give me a brief, little bit more of your company so that I can have a little bit more understanding about your company so that I can help you out? Just type it out so that I can answer your question. So, I come to LinkedIn, I can say create an ad. I'll have to sign in. I'll just repeat how I came here. Go to Google and type ads LinkedIn. That's it. Enter, click on the link. Sorry, click on, no, not this one. Click on this link. Okay, business.linkedin.com/ads. And once you click onto the link, you'll get this particular page and you say create an ad. Okay, once you click on create an ad, this is This is how it is. All right. What happened? Okay. All right. Now I can say create a campaign. Branding and designing, right? You guys are okay. To help you even more better, tell me why is that you want to increase your followers on your LinkedIn? Why do you think increasing followers on your LinkedIn will help you out? Because in terms of business, I really don't think just increasing followers will help you out in LinkedIn. In the meantime, what will help you out is in create campaign. So you're just confused about this process. Again, as I said, go back to the video, you'll have a great understanding. But let me create a campaign. Let me just give you the reason why LinkedIn is amazing if you're into B2B. Okay. Oh, shucks. Okay, hold on. I have a problem here because I use ad blocker. And because I use ad blocker, some of the ad campaigns themselves will not work. So I'll have to use Opera now. Okay. Okay, other countries, well, lovely. Then you definitely need to use this LinkedIn advertising tool, because I love LinkedIn advertising tool, especially if my target audience is specifically for a particular company. That's the reason I love it. Yeah. So you can see on the top right corner, you see advertising, correct? You can click on advertising here, but this option will come only if you create a company page. So you'll have to create a company page and then go to advertising. Click on manage ads. Okay. If you already have an ad, then these are the kind of details that is already there. So these are all I have tested for myself. Okay. I create a campaign. I say create a campaign. So again, what is the kind of campaign that I want to create? I choose either sponsored or I create text. 1 second. Let's just this comes up. Okay. Campaign name. Again, this campaign name should depend on the kind of campaign that you're running. Okay. Be very specific. I'm giving a J. Let's say, for example, Rikin, you're targeting foreigners. So let's say USA based ad campaign. So this is for your understanding key. Yes, what is the kind of campaign that you need to create? So conversion, this conversion is similar to Facebook conversion. The difference is that the concept here is you will have to put a code that LinkedIn gives you into your website. That you can ask your website designer and developer to, not designer, you can ask the website developer to do it for you so that you have an understanding. So you click on get started. Oh, I'm sorry, why did I do that? I'm stopping it because I'm not going to go there because it's a little bit more complicated. You will get a code. That code you install into the so this install into your website. So this you use, I repeat, this you use if you want to target how many people came from LinkedIn and how many people from that page took certain action. That is why. So if you want to collect leads, or if you want people to buy a product, or if you want people to contact you, then you put a link on your button, and whenever people click that button, they'll know what is happening. And because my WhatsApp is on, I'll get all this sounds here. Great. So I'll click on next. Create new sponsor content. Oh, this is why I love it. This is why I love LinkedIn. Okay. Now remember Facebook target audience. Facebook, what can you target? You can target age, you can target demographic, you can target groups and all that, right? But LinkedIn, you can target based on all of these parameters: the company name, the company industry, company size, right? So let's say I want to target small, medium companies. I can say company size. I can target a company based on job title, which means I won't target only CEOs or VPs. Beauty, right? I can target only vice president because these are my decision makers. What is the point in targeting vice president? Plus, I can add senior vice president, president, assistant vice president, CEO, managing director, general manager, executive. So the question is, are all these designations related to decision makers? Because in LinkedIn, you want to target decision makers. The question is, are you using LinkedIn for general branding? Then you target a wide range of audience. But are you targeting people who are decision makers so that they can click your ad, see your ad, and contact you? Then you be very, very specific, right? So if again, you have to be a little bit tricky here, because let's say you're selecting an employee's sales of, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 500. Then in less than 500 employees, you don't have a lot of these designations. You will not have executive vice president. You will have vice president. Then you might have maximum. There is nothing called. You'll have managing director. There is. I mean, you will have to be careful here. If you're going for 5,000 plus, then you will have thousands of designations. So you can select all the designation that is associated with it. So depending on the number of employees that you're targeting on a particular organization, now this becomes very, very important, especially for you, someone like Rikin, since you're into branding and advertising. Initially, you can start targeting whose employees is comparatively less. Don't go for 11 to 50. The budget will also be less. You can say this is the kind of companies that I want to target. Because again, I leave it up to you, but the more the number of employees in a particular company, then more decision makers involved, then more delayed the decision makers will be. So it takes a lot of time to get a decision around. So if you are a big brand yourself, then makes sense targeting all that audience. If you're not a big brand yourself, then I make sense that you target people who are in your range of vicinity. I leave it up to you. This is my suggestion, my thought process. I might be completely wrong here. Okay. But as I said, it's an A/B testing. You try it out, you see. You can target the people based on country. So you can target USA, Rikin, in this case. Dolly depends on your target audience. What is the kind of target audience that you want to target? Okay. Yeah, it's always A/B. Absolutely. Right. And Uma Maheshwar, I don't think so. LinkedIn as such may have a powerful impact in your particular case, because I don't see a lot of decision makers in this particular case. But if you are using products or services that have purely B2B impact, then yes, LinkedIn. But I love LinkedIn because of the simple fact that I can target based on all these parameters, which is absolutely beyond beautiful. Right? I can target job function, company size. I can even target industry. So here, right now, even though I have selected the employers and the vice presidents, but let's say I'm targeting only manufacturing industry, then I can be very specific, saying that, listen, dude, get me only manufacturing. Whatever be the manufacturing, right? Railroad or electronic. And here you will get your audience. So right now it's saying it's too narrow, little bit broaden up. So I'll have to broaden up. And again, you see the funny part here. I'm saying railroad manufacturer and I'm saying employees less than 1,000. There's no company which has got a railroad manufacturer. The minimum will be more than 10,000. So I'll have to be, so again, I can have a lot of playing option, because this is where I target my audience right. I can even go by age, years of experience, all the other stuff. Degrees, fields of study will be useful, especially if I'm promoting a lot academic related stuff, or my target audience is those academic related stuff, then I can do it. So again, member schools are basically people who are in US related stuff, who have got a lot of communities and all that. In our case, it doesn't really matter. If you want people who are only 15 plus years experience, you can even mention that. Okay. One of the good thing is you'll have today CEOs who are 2 years, 3 years experience. So if you don't want to include those kind of CEOs, then you should target people with higher related experience. Okay, I can say 12 plus years experience, then makes sense. I think that is the kind of audience that I want. It depends on the product that you're selling. If your product you're selling can be bought by a 2-year experienced CEO, then target it, no issues. But if your product is a little bit more complicated, advanced, technologically, then target, because today in B2B scenario, it's a little bit, it is very much blurred. What is B2B for me will not be B2B for Microsoft. So for Microsoft, when they mean B2B, they will say the minimum order size is nothing less than 10 crores. But for someone like me, any deal more than 1 lakh rupees will become B2B. So it depends on what is my understanding of B2B, what is an understanding of B2B of your company. So depending on that understanding, you have to select the audience. So don't go by what gurus and pundits right now claim a lot on LinkedIn, because their understanding of B2B itself will be different. So their advice may not work for you because their basic understanding is different. Okay. So you select this and you can select next, and then you can mention your payment. And now this is the page that I want you to take to LinkedIn. The targeting is brilliant in LinkedIn because you can target the kind of people whom you want to reach. Same as Facebook. The only difference here, the main difference here is you can select industry, you can select designation, you can select the number of employees. You can even go by company name if you know the kind of company that you're targeting. Let's say I want to target Microsoft directors and CEOs. I directly go there. Right, so I'm becoming very, very specific. But remember, the more specific, if you're becoming too specific, it becomes more of a headache rather than an advantage. So have a little bit more broader audience, but still make sure that it's not too broad either. Set this up and you run the campaign. But again, I repeat, to have a LinkedIn ad campaign running, you need to have a LinkedIn account and you need to have an official LinkedIn page. To have an official LinkedIn page, you need to have a company email ID. And once you do that, you go about and start creating this page. Cool. Any questions on this on LinkedIn? I hope you understood the difference between a LinkedIn advertising and a Facebook advertising. So I'll give you one or two examples here.
Oh, sir, in Facebook, we can't determine the companies and everything, no? We can't target the companies.
No. You can only target interest. So for example, I can target advertising as an interest, but I cannot target advertising as an industry.
Okay.
And I definitely cannot target these employees. This is not at all there. And this is also not there. I can target because remember, we just did a 45 to 55-year-old selection in the Facebook campaign just now.
Yes.
My understanding is that 45 to 55-year-olds should be senior people in a company, but it might not be necessarily true.
Yeah.
Correct. So here I'm saying only these designations. So here these designations can be people of any age group.
Okay.
Got it. Now I can say that this designation plus I can also mention the age group if I want.
Yeah, I got it, sir.
So I want people who are the vice president, but definitely they should be 45 plus.
Yes.
I can do that, or I can say just give me vice president. I don't care about the age, because as I said, today 25-year-olds are CEOs. So I can predominantly set an age group and say that this age group will be a CEO. I mean, classic case in Indian company, housing.com, I forgot who this guy is. 26-year-old guy who created housing.com, and then he quit, creating a lot of hullabulla as he went out. 26-year-old guy. Right, Quicker CEO Pranay Chule, 43-year-old. Common Floor CEO, what is his name? Sumit. He's around 33-year-old.
Yeah.
Now later bought by Quicker. So I mean, certain companies are there where today, but then if you look at it, these are all few names, okay? But in average, you 33-year-olds as CEO on average. In general, CEOs are a little bit more older and experienced.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, in LinkedIn, you get that flexibility. You can target the designation and the age, or age alone, or designation alone. Age plus designation plus industry plus any permutation and combination among all these parameters is possible.
Yes, sir.
That's very powerful. So that's it about LinkedIn. It's a lovely tool, especially for targeting the kind of audience you want to target, and especially if you're in the B2B segment. So again, Rikin, I leave it up to you to test Facebook versus LinkedIn, see which one is more working for you. General perception in the market is the fact that Facebook has get much better returns even in the B2B segment. People start off with Facebook and then they come to LinkedIn and test it out. So again, I leave it up to your choice. There's no right wrong method here, A/B testing. So if someone is claiming one is right better than the other, then either that person does not understand what is he saying, or that person is very, very clear and a very experienced guy in this industry. All right, so it's either the two ways. It's like it's like when I used to go for exams, I never had any tension writing exams. So my mother always used to say, the two kind of people who will never be tense: one who doesn't study at all, one who has studied everything. So mine was always the first option, who doesn't study at all. So I never had attention. So those who claim saying that they know everything about LinkedIn and Facebook, then either they're veterans in this business. So, and this industry is what, hardly 10 years old. 2004 Facebook started, but yes, but then the marketing kind of concept just would have started in 2006, 2007. That's it. Just took time, but now it's just bombarded. Great. So, really, absolutely, yeah. 5 years should be more precise. It's where it's literally bombarded. Okay, so I've been bursting my throat for some time now. Let's take a break and be back. Okay, I'm just going to go on mute. I hope that is fine. Okay, and then we'll cover up the remaining part. Right. So I'll just give you a break in 10 minutes. My screen, as you can see, is 11:40. By 11:50, we'll catch up. Is that fine, all of you?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Great.